Welcome. Today we're talking about
You opened the refrigerator in the morning, looked at the egg tray, and felt a moment of hesitation pass through your mind. You reach out to grab one, but then old newspaper headlines appear in your head. You remember the warnings about cholesterol, about clogged arteries, and you ask yourself, is this simple food quietly harming my health? Gentlemen, I fully understand that feeling. But what if I told you that for the past 40 years, we may have completely misunderstood this story? What if those eggs are not the enemy, but are actually the most powerful secret weapon to restore testosterone, and especially to soothe your prostate? The truth is, most men do not know that this small habit directly affects the foundation of their manhood. I am Dr. William Harris. Today, we will not talk about vague or general theories. In this video, I will show you exactly 5 specific changes, and I repeat, 5 clear biological changes that will happen inside your body when you begin eating 3 eggs a day. We will go from improving urinary flow to restoring erectile strength and rebalancing male hormones. But before we go into benefit number 1, I have a small request. Recently, I have been reading the comments frequently, and it is truly inspiring to see how our male community is becoming more and more invested in proactive health. That makes me curious. Where are you joining me from? Are you watching this video from a state in the United States or from another country around the world? Please take a moment right now, pause the video, and comment the name of your city or where you live below. I genuinely appreciate it and want to know how far this health message is spreading. And finally, a very important note. You may think you already know how to eat eggs, but there is a food pairing secret that 90% of men completely miss. At the end of this video, I will reveal a simple and inexpensive vegetable that, when cooked together with eggs, unlocks a powerful compound that protects the prostate 5 times better than eating eggs alone. Make sure you stay with me until the very last seconds so you do not miss that formula. And now, let's begin with the first benefit. Benefit number 1. Strengthening the brake muscle that controls urination. Do you notice this? As age increases, the urinary stream often becomes weaker, easily interrupted, and at night you have to wake up 2 to 3 times. Most people think the problem lies entirely in the prostate, but in reality, half of the cause comes from the pelvic floor muscles becoming weaker over time. The pelvic floor muscles act like a brake that keeps the bladder stable. When this muscle group becomes thin and loses its firmness, just a little pressure, such as bending over, standing up, or even simply changing sleeping positions, can cause leakage or make it hard to hold urine for long. What many men do not know is that to strengthen this muscle group, the body needs high biological value protein, and especially leucine, an amino acid responsible for activating muscle recovery. And this is exactly why the 3 eggs a day protocol makes a difference. The protein in eggs is absorbed almost completely by the body, and eggs are naturally rich in leucine, which helps awaken the regeneration process of the deep muscle fibers in the pelvic region. When you eat eggs regularly, the body does not build large gym-style muscles. Instead, the small muscle fibers in the pelvic area become stronger, contract more effectively, and support the bladder better. The result is very clear: holding urine longer, reducing frequent small trips to the bathroom, reducing nighttime awakenings, and the feeling of heaviness or discomfort in the lower region eases significantly. And when the pelvic floor becomes stronger, you will notice something else. The blood flow down to the intimate area becomes more stable. This is a crucial factor for achieving and maintaining an erection. That is why this first benefit leads directly to the second effect of eggs: their effect on blood pumping ability and male sexual strength. If you are still watching the video up to this point, I am very glad, because you truly care about your health. Please leave the number 1 below in the comments so I know I am not speaking to myself. Benefit number 2. Activating the blood pump to improve erectile function. When it comes to erections, most men think immediately of testosterone, but the factor that determines everything even more strongly is blood flow. An erection is essentially a vascular reaction. When blood flows down at the right moment and with enough force, everything happens naturally. When blood cannot flow down, no matter how good your hormones are, the body still struggles to respond like before. The problem is that after middle age, 2 factors often go off track: blood sugar and the elasticity of blood vessels. High blood sugar causes insulin to spike, And every time insulin rises too much, the body destroys a small portion of nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for opening blood vessels so blood can flow to the intimate area. The less flexible the blood vessels become, the harder it is to achieve an erection. This is why eggs become such a beneficial choice. The healthy fats in egg yolks help stabilize blood sugar, preventing sudden insulin spikes after meals. When blood sugar is stable, nitric oxide is better protected, and the blood vessels maintain their ability to expand properly. In addition, eggs provide nutrients that support the vessel walls, helping blood flow down to the sexual organ more consistently. Many of my patients have shared that just after a few weeks of maintaining 3 eggs a day, they clearly feel the difference. The body reacts faster, they experience fewer episodes of wanting but not being able, and their confidence returns accordingly. This is not an instant effect like support medications. It is the process of improving physiological foundations through vascular health. And when blood flow improves, another important benefit appears. Male hormones begin to be produced more steadily. Good circulation helps the testes and endocrine glands work more effectively, leading us to the third impact of eating eggs regularly: the ability to support and restore testosterone. Benefit number 3. Refill male fuel by supporting testosterone production. After the age of 40, testosterone decreases by an average of about 1% each year. This is not a disease, but a biological rule. By the time you reach 55 or 60, your testosterone level may have dropped 20 to 30% compared to your strongest years. This decline shows very clearly. The body gets tired easily, endurance decreases, desire weakens, mood drops easily, and maintaining muscle becomes more difficult. What many men rarely notice is that testosterone does not appear on its own. The body needs raw materials to create this hormone every day. And the most important raw material is cholesterol, but the type of cholesterol the body uses to synthesize hormones, not the excess type that harms blood vessels. This is the reason eggs provide significant benefits. Egg yolks contain exactly the natural cholesterol the body needs to convert into testosterone. In addition, eggs also provide vitamin D, one of the factors that helps activate the process of producing male hormones. These nutrients travel through the bloodstream and support the reproductive glands to work more effectively. Many of my patients, especially those over 60, describe feeling alive again after just a few weeks of maintaining the 3 eggs per day protocol. They are not talking about gaining muscle or big changes. What they feel is better endurance, a more stable mood, natural desire returning, and waking up in the morning with a sense of vitality they thought they had lost long ago. When hormones are balanced, the body functions more smoothly. But there is another important factor that many people overlook. Hormones are only healthy when the system that processes and eliminates hormone waste works smoothly. If bad estrogen accumulates, the prostate will be under pressure and easily enlarge. Benefit number 4. Clean out hormone waste to reduce pressure on the prostate. When talking about male health after age 60, people often mention testosterone. But there is something equally important. The body must be able to process and eliminate excess hormones, especially bad estrogen. Even though it sounds strange, men still produce estrogen every day. When young, the body balances it well. But as age increases, the ability to process declines, and excess estrogen begins to accumulate. When estrogen is not eliminated effectively, the prostate is the first organ to be affected. It becomes easily irritated, easily enlarged, and creates a feeling of heaviness, tightness, or dull discomfort. Many men only feel this through indirect signs such as weak urination, slow urination, or a stream lacking force. To remove bad estrogen, the body relies on a biological process called methylation. Methylation works like the liver's garbage collection system, gathering excess hormone molecules and sending them out of the body. And for this system to run smoothly, the body needs very specific nutrients, choline and vitamin B12. This is where eggs show their outstanding role. Egg yolks are one of the richest natural sources of choline. When choline enters the liver, it helps speed up the process of packaging excess estrogen for elimination. At the same time, vitamin B12 in eggs supports the next step of methylation, helping complete the cleansing process. When these two nutrients work together, bad hormones are reduced, and the prostate is relieved from prolonged pressure. Many of my older patients describe the prostate feeling lighter, less tense, and more comfortable after a few weeks of eating eggs regularly. This is not a sudden change, but the result of gradually reducing the accumulation of bad estrogen over many years. When the body cleans hormones effectively, another benefit also appears. Inflammation levels and cellular rusting decrease. This is very important for older men because prostate cells are easily damaged over time. And that is why we move to the fifth benefit: the antioxidant shield that eggs provide to protect the prostate long term. Benefit number 5: create an antioxidant armor to protect the prostate long term. As age increases, internal changes in the body occur silently but persistently. The cells in the prostate, in the blood vessels, in the tissues of the pelvic region, all suffer a form of damage called oxidation. This is a natural process, similar to metal rusting over time. It does not cause immediate pain, but when it accumulates long enough, it leads to inflammation, swelling, blockage, and reduced function. The older men get, the higher the level of oxidation becomes, especially in the prostate. And this is why many men feel heaviness in the lower region, easy irritation, or weaker response when needed. The body has the ability to protect itself, but the internal antioxidant system gradually declines with age. Therefore, providing protective nutrients from daily foods becomes very important, and eggs contain exactly the compounds needed. Egg yolks have lutein and zeaxanthin, two antioxidants known for protecting the eyes, but few people know that they also move into tissues and help protect prostate cells from being damaged. Not only that, eggs also contain vitamin K2, a nutrient capable of directing calcium inside the body. When lacking K2, calcium easily sticks to the walls of blood vessels, making them stiff and less elastic. When there is enough K2, calcium is guided to the right place, helping blood vessels stay soft, clean, and easy to circulate through. This is not only good for cardiovascular health, but also helps blood flow to the prostate and reproductive region more smoothly, maintaining long-term function. Many people do not feel the change immediately in a few days, but after a few weeks or 1 to 2 months, they say that the body feels lighter, the lower region feels less tight or uncomfortable, and the body's responses during sleep, movement, or intimacy become more stable. These improvements do not come from a single factor, but from cells being protected, blood vessels becoming more flexible, and silent inflammation being reduced. When the prostate, blood vessels, and cells are all protected from damage, maintaining male health in the long term becomes much easier. And to achieve maximum results, the way you choose eggs and how you combine them with other foods also plays an important role. And that is the final content in today's video. Dear gentlemen, in my clinical practice, I often advise patients to prioritize pasture-raised eggs. Chickens that are exposed to sunlight move a lot and eat natural food produce yolks that are richer in vitamins, especially vitamin D and K2. If you cannot find this type, organic eggs are still a good choice. But even if you can only buy regular eggs, do not worry. Any type of egg still brings far more benefits compared to breakfasts full of refined sugar or processed cereals. Regarding cooking methods, you do not need anything complicated. The most important thing is to keep the yolk medium cooked, not dry or hard, to preserve nutrients such as lutein, zeaxanthin, and K2. Soft boiled, medium pan fried, or poached are all simple but effective methods. When cooking, use a little olive oil or butter to keep the fat stable and heart-friendly. And here's the way to multiply the effectiveness of eggs, especially for the prostate. Combine eggs with cooked tomatoes and spinach. Tomatoes need to be gently heated so that lycopene, the nutrient that supports the prostate, can be released and absorbed better. You only need to soften the tomatoes in a pan with a little olive oil, then add the spinach and stir quickly until the leaves just wilt. After that, you can pour the eggs into the pan to cook them medium, or cook the eggs separately and place them on top of the tomato-spinach mixture. This is a very simple combination, but it brings powerful benefits for blood flow, hormones, and comfort in the pelvic region. If you want to feel the full impact, I suggest a small challenge. Apply the 3 eggs per day protocol for 30 days. Many men I follow begin to notice changes from the second week, and most keep doing it long term because the results they receive are very clear.